Alright, next project we're doing is we're putting barkbusters on the CRF300LS. Here is the installation diagram. It's pretty easy. So you got your spacer, and then this bolt. They go bolt in, spacer between this bar and the handlebar, and then both this bolt and these bolts that go onto the handlebars. These are 4mm Allen. So I'm going to take these out. I already put the clutch side one on, so you'll want to have it so that this sits down in here like that. I left it loose so that I can maneuver it until I get the bar in place, but that's about the position you'll want it. I'm about to put the brake side one on. This one could be a little bit more complicated. I'm gonna have to see how to finagle that in there. But honestly, the hardest part I would say is cutting out the end of the handlebar because they're not already open. This one especially because it was already dinged up from her laying it down. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit cleaner job on this side so everything seats in there nice. Alright, so here you can see the spacer. This is the longer screw. This is about where I have the inside bracket. And then you're going to take this shorter screw, also a 4mm Allen, and then this is going to bolt to the outside of this bracket, not the inside. Which is this, there's no washers or nuts or anything, it just screws right in like that. Alright, so you know, me being a male and not reading directions, I messed up. I've never installed barkbusters before. This part is right, although I used this and I stripped this top piece out. Not a big deal though, because I have it where it's supposed to be. This stuff right here is all good. Where I messed up is you gotta actually peel this rubber back, and you're gonna cut like 3-4 millimeters back, because you can't have any of this plastic part right here touching your spacer, or else you'll have a throttle that doesn't snap back. It'll stick, and of course that's dangerous. So I'll show you what it's supposed to look like after I cut this up some. Alright, so as I said, she laid this bike down and skinned this up already a little bit, so it looks kind of ugly. And you could probably do a smoother job of cutting this. I used a cutting wheel. You could use a saw, but you should see the end, the metal right here, and there should be no plastic touching the end, because you don't want this plastic to touch and end up having a sticky throttle. So once you have it peel back like this, that's what it looks like. You can take your grip. Mine's ugly, but it'll look like this. And you'll have your spacer, and that's how it should be. Alright, everything's all snugged up. Got this snug, and then your bar should be pretty much like this, level with the brake or the clutch. And then make sure on the throttle side, it's really important, make sure none of this right here is touching this bar, and it should test it out, make sure it snaps back nice and free. Alright, and then we'll do the same for this side. This side you don't have to do all that chopping and cutting, except for just to cut this end out for the spacer to fit. Alright, so we're all cinched up. Here you can get a good look. This is the clutch side. You can see where my bracket is, where the crossbar meets, and where the mirror is. Same with here. They're a little bit different. And like I said, I mean, it's a lot cleaner on this side. You don't have to worry about hacksawing it up. All you do is just cut out the center spacer. And this is a 4mm Allen. These are 4mm Allen, but this one is a 5mm Allen. I used the little torque gun. This is nice and solid. You see they're nice and even. And the last step is put the actual plastic guards on there. And that's going to be fairly simple. I say that, I haven't ever done it before, but they're labeled right. You have R. So let's go ahead and put this one on. You got your little bolts here. This is just going to slide right on here. I did earlier. There we go. So you just want to have that nice and snug like that. And then you're going to put your black piece in. And it's going to go up in there. Like this, I think. Just kidding. There. So that's going to meet up with this bottom hole right there. It's going to kind of be like an extension of the plastic. So it should line right up, and then you can see how that one there is going to line up. So we're just going to screw those in with little black screws. Alright, what I thought was well, it is a simple step. This is the last step, putting this plastic piece on. I'll let you guys see it. Looks really good on this bike. Maybe a little darker gray would have looked better, but this is what I got. These fatter head screws, they go right on the outside here. You just have 1 and 2 short little ones. And then your longer ones, right here, this black piece does absolutely nothing to hold it onto this bar. It's just these 2 fat head screws here. All this is just, you don't even really need it. It's just to give it a little bit better optic, just for looks. Maybe like a tad bit more protection up here. But it's just 2 screws on the bottom. It's these longer ones right here. Both of them are number 2 Phillips head. And now we're going to do the other side.